Hey. So today I'm going to be hopping into a little game called Forager. It's one of my favorite games in the past few years. I can only describe it as like a mega crafter, but it's a lot easier if I just start a new game and show you guys how to play. Because they don't really explain it early on. It doesn't really hold your hand, so you got to figure out what to do. As you can see, I already have a playthrough. I started a while back, but I honestly I haven't played this game in a while, so I'm just going to start a new game from the beginning. We're going to go with classic. So you can see this is kind of like the build menu. Starting off, you don't have access to a whole lot, only a few things. You see these three right here. And then you got farming. Again, fish trap is actually very useful because the nice thing about this game is a lot of it is autonomous. And so if you take a fish trap and you drop it in the water, I don't think it actually needs anything. Like, you don't have to lay bait like in some games. It just, over a while, eventually it'll collect a fish for you, and you pick it up, and it starts the process all over again. So a lot of the processes in this game are like that. So it wants us to build a furnace. However, as you can see, it shows you at the very top we need 10 stone. And we got plenty of it, so let's get going. So as you guys can see, there are certain things that are growing while I'm hitting these rocks. And essentially there's a certain limit to how many things can grow within your world. And so you honestly just have to deal with that by breaking things down. And so you see that tree just grew. That wouldn't have been able to grow, or I don't think it would have, if you had too many items in your area. And also you could see we're gaining experience by breaking these things down. Not until we fully break it down, though. And so you'll see the level or the experience bar at the very top. We're at 35 or 31 out of 80. We got plenty to build, though. So you got all these things. And so you'll see the 3 hearts, obviously indicating our health. The bar below that is your hunger meter. And so if you're just standing still, the nice thing about the game is it doesn't pressure you like on a true to life timer. That hunger bar will go down if you use actual actions. So just by hitting a rock and breaking that down eventually, you'll see that green bar eventually go down. So you got to find things like these berries that I'm picking up, and you'll eventually eat them. Yeah, the thing I like about this game is that everything's at your own pace. So it can be very grindy, especially mid to late game. However, it's like I said, you just keep working at it. You got certain things like the iron ore here. You'll see that it takes a bit longer to break down. All this means is that eventually you gotta find a way to craft a better pickaxe. And you have other tools as well. So we need wood to break down to make coal. And see, the tree also drops food. Not every time, but very often. And so, again, it also tells you, it says I'm exhausted. So that doesn't mean you go to bed. It just means you need to eat. So I mentioned it earlier about I can actually make a fish trap. I think I have enough for it. I need more berries. Oh, alright, so let's get some berries. So another really cool thing about this game is that once you level up, you can get skills. And you see we have a total of 64 skills we can choose from. So it's a pretty massive skill tree. My personal opinion, let me see where it's at. So yeah, this one right here, gain 25% more XP. I would absolutely recommend getting this one first off, as it just, as I said, it's a very grindy game. I love that aspect of it, but yeah, the extra XP really comes in clutch, and it makes things move a lot smoother. I don't know what the top level in this game is, but I never got close to it. But yeah, I would definitely say go for the extra XP early on as your first skill. Let's make some coal. And see, this stuff doesn't take that long to craft. Once, as you can imagine, once you get the higher tier weapons, that takes maybe up to like 5 minutes. So still not too bad, but you gotta kind of plan ahead and see what you should be doing in that meantime. You can absolutely just wait for it to finish crafting, but I always like to keep busy. Right now, as you can see, I'm holding off and keeping one of each food item in my inventory because there is a museum that opens up eventually on one of the islands. And it's, I can't remember which, there are certain food items that you can put as a collection item. I don't think berries are included, but just in case. I would like to use berries though to make the fish trap. So now we just have to wait and eventually this will trap a fish. Easy peasy. So when you open up this part of the menu, obviously it says buy land, and so you need gold to open up these plots of land next to you. So it starts off it's pretty cheap. 30 gold's not bad, 60, 50, 80. And it does scale pretty high once you keep going. And so in order to obtain gold, one of the things, or at least the main way you can go is you go to the economic submenu, and you can see currently we can't do it, but you should be able to access, I think it's just called a bank, either a bank or a vault, and it just starts auto-generating gold for you. And so this, obviously, you want more than one, so the more the merrier. You just keep creating them if you have the materials, and then you can start generating a lot of gold passively. We got our first fish. So if you see those little golden butterflies, they, as you can see, it filled up my hunger meter, which is fantastic, and it also gave me extra XP. So always go for those guys if you see them. I believe you can also catch those guys in a jar later on for certain quests, so keep that in mind. So if you're ever at a loss of what to do, just try leveling up, because a lot of things that are unavailable to you can just be unlocked via skills. So we don't need combat just yet. We don't need foraging yet. Alchemy, no. Let's go for the economy. You can see, yep, see now you can unlock vaults next. It got opened up. Now we have enough for one plot of land. So as you can see, it's got new stuff available to you, and that's one of the nice things about the expansion system of the game. You just keep playing, and it unlocks new doorways. So you can see these little mushrooms. They don't actually get broken down, and so there's a system to how you have to hit them. Otherwise, you'll notice I hit them once and then they stay on. But if you have to complete hitting all the ones that you should be hitting, and then if you see it, since it wasn't in the correct sequence, it technically reset all of them, so they're no longer spewing off those spores. Let's try the top down. There you go. I forgot that your health or your stamina also goes down just by moving. If you're staying in the same spot, though, it won't go down at all. But we don't want to move anymore, so we don't get fully exhausted. So when I tried to open this big treasure chest over here, you saw that it said I need a key. That literally can be any generic key, so what you just have to do is craft one at the forge. Yep. With 2 gold. Also keep in mind that you can only craft one thing at a time at places like the forge. So you just gotta know which one you want to craft first. Maybe it'll give you something to do while waiting for the second one. If you interrupt it though, all your items get returned to you. Oh, not the items, but all the crafting items. And so just keep that in mind that you have to start over. So don't hit it by mistake. I think I'm gonna go for the storage for the vaults so that I can start passively generating gold. It's just nice to get that out of the way. Oh, you know what? I think that's with banks, not with... The vault just allows you to store items. Go figure, right? But it's still good because you need to get the vault one first, no matter what. So now we can go unlock that vault. Or not the vault, the chest. Look at that, we can finally see. Oh, it's a little too far away. Hmm. It might not seem like it at first, but every little thing you break down has some use in the game later on. Now we can start generating gold. So we still got a ways to go to make the bank, but none of that stuff is really that hard to come by. We just gotta keep whacking stuff. The bank should be the priority. Actually, there is one thing. That piece of steel, I believe you need to go through skills, and so I have to. That'll be my next level up. Right? Yeah, unlock steel. So we don't have steel unlocked just yet, but we'll get industry next. We need 20 bricks. Okay. We just need to chop down lots and lots of wood now. Really, my only gripe with the game is that sometimes it can seem overcrowded. Like you can see, it just gets hard to walk around. And obviously, you just got to remove the item, but it still can be kind of a hassle. We need 9 more coal. Alright, let's get that steel. And if you also saw, we can now, every time we build a structure, we get XP, which is nice. Every little bit counts. We need 1 steel. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop there. I was gonna go until I got the bank, but that's a little bit too far along. I need a lot of brick for that. So thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps the channel out. I will see you guys next time.